figure somewhere out to clip this. And you can see that. That's so disgusting. What's up, guys? This video is going to be a editing tutorial, or kind of like a watch me edit type of video. I decided to practice some effects, and I did it on some other photos and I liked it, so I'm gonna do it again. And I haven't been editing photos in a while. I've been like in a really weird space creatively. I decided to just show you guys my editing process. Honestly, if you do not use Photoshop, if you do not use anything like that, let's say you use Lightroom or like Instagram or something like that, basically what you can do, this is the simplest way to do it. This is what I do. Wherever you have like a clarity tool at, if you take it in the opposite direction, it will automatically make your photo like have like a dreamy effect, like that glow, like that soft glow kind of effect. But if you want to do like a precise one, this is the tutorial for you. I'm going to show you guys two different ways to do it in Photoshop. And with one of the ways that I showed you, you can do this on videos as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and make myself smaller at this point. 3 pictures open because these two I already like retouched the skin and colored. This is the one I'm gonna use for a portrait because with the motion blur, like depending on how you use it and stuff like that, you can kind of create like a double exposure type of effect. And then I'm just gonna show you guys quickly how I retouch the skin, how I color and things like that. I've already did this photo, so she doesn't have much for me to touch, but I see like little small things, like the little crow's feet, not crow's feet, I just see little small things that I could, you know, retouch. So I'm gonna do that because I feel like with the motion blur, like certain things can affect it, so that's kind of what I want to do. But it's really small things. So now I'm gonna go into coloring. Well, actually, I'm not gonna go into coloring. I'm lying. I'm gonna go to adjustments, and basically this is a shortcut for going up here and going to like new layer, new adjustment. Like that's too much. You could just click one of these, and I'm gonna go to hue and saturation, and I've made a layer here, so it naturally just made a little box, but you could always make a mask box again by clicking the rectangle with the circle inside of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut her out of the photo. So I'm just gonna color all of her in, which will take quite a bit. Actually, it won't, because I could just cut up this brush tool, and this is a really cute picture actually. So I think I might make this the thumbnail because I already have these other pictures as a thumbnail. So yeah, basically what I'm doing right now is I just want to change the color of the background. So I'll just show you guys how I make the mask, and then I'll just go from there by changing the color. I won't really talk through that. I'll speed that process up. But I just want to show you guys how you can change background colors without really affecting the person too much. And this is the way you do it. You just do it all through masks. So I can change her color without changing the background. I can change the background color without changing her, just by doing what I'm doing right now in mask. I think I got enough of her. I didn't say this before. So basically, for some weird reason in my Photoshop, my brush tool is actually my eraser tool, and my eraser tool is actually my brush tool. It is really weird. I don't know why it is like that, but I'm too lazy to fix it or to find out why it is doing that. So that is not something I'm going to do. So I made her a mask, and what you can do with the hue and saturation is you'll see that the background is in white, and that is what I'm about to change right now. So when I hit this little box, you can see I can make the background purple, I can make it white, I can make it pink, I can make it anything I want to. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna make it cream because I might want to post this. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do right now, as you can see, like with the brush tool, you can see some of it is still like on there. So again, you would just go to your eraser tool, but like I said before, mine's is switched. So I'm gonna speed this part up and then I'll come back. So I'm finished with all the color and everything like that. This one I'm gonna go ahead and do the Gaussian blur. This one I'm gonna do motion blur. This one is gonna be motion blur, and then I'm gonna show you motion blur in a portrait or in an up close face photo so you guys can see the effect. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and do Gaussian blur. So like I said, again, I do Command J. You guys don't have to do that. If you're like on a Windows or something like that, you can just take the background layer and drag it to this little folded paper icon. Okay, so I'm gonna put a glow effect. And you're gonna go to filter and you're going to go to Gaussian blur. You can blur it as much as you like. I'm gonna do it to like 37. That's where I'm gonna do it to. So basically with the glow effect, you want to go from normal and then put screen. You can see it's very white-ish, and I don't like it all white like that. But with the glow effect, you can go right here to the little rectangle box with the circle in it and create a mask. You can take things out of the background. So I'll make my brush bigger, and my hardness around like 88, but my opacity, I'm gonna bring that down, and that's for a reason. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is cut, you know, this stuff out of the photo because it just kind of makes her skin look ashy, and that's not like the look that we're going for, especially on her face. The only thing about having your opacity at a lower setting is that you have to kind of like erase all in one swipe or it like layers. I'm just taking this away from her legs because I want that color in her skin, and in her hands. This is kind of messy, but you can always go back and re-add things if you wanted to. I think I should bring it down a little more because I don't want it that. I want to bring it maybe like a 45. So that's this soft glow effect with that. Let's go here to this one. Same deal, Command J or make a copy of the background. I'm gonna label mine just because I like to label. Filter, blur, and then this one's gonna be motion blur. So don't mind the fact that it looks crazy like that. You can play with the angles. So like if you want it to be like at a little bit of a weird angle, or like however you want the blur to look, this is kind of important for creating that like double exposure type of effect that I was saying. This will be more important in the second picture, but because she's at an angle, I don't feel like it's as important. I feel like I can just make it a 0 right now and just really play with the distance. The distance is like how wide it'll spread out. So I'm gonna keep it at like a 43, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and create the mask, and then take some like away from her eyes so her eyes kind of stay in focus, her brows, and like just little small things, her lip gloss because that is important, and erase some of this off her face because I don't want it to look white. So basically I'm gonna show you guys how I would basically do the mask on a up close like face picture or a portrait or whatever. So same thing, make a copy of the background, Ooh, can you like spell for once? Soft glow, and then create a mask as well. Go to filter. So when you're going to filter, don't hit the mask box. Make sure you're hitting the picture box. I always do that all the time. What I've noticed is that the key to making it look kind of like a double exposure coming out of the face type situation is to keep the angle at 0, but really just play with the distance. And then you take the soft glow and put it a layer up. So whatever layer is the highest, you want to keep moving it up until it's visible, because whatever layer is the lowest, it's not going to show as much, or the effects are not going to show as much. I'm going to go ahead and select the mask layer, and then I'm going to start to erase. As you guys can see, I'm just going through erasing all the details that I want, you know, off of the picture and everything like that. Things that I think that take away, you know, from her face and stuff like that. It's leaving some weird color marks. Don't worry about that, because you could always, again, go back and change it by using the frequency separation, like skin retouching stuff that I showed you earlier. Okay, so basically I just finished up all the edits. I think it looks good at like a 47 or a 48, or like between like 45 and 47. It looks good. That's pretty much how I achieve the soft glow effect. Thank you guys for watching this video, watching me edit and going through my whole process with me. And let me know which one you guys think looks better, like the motion blur. I personally like the motion blur. I feel like it doesn't take away the color as much as the Gaussian blur, but I mean, it would look good if like you were trying to do like a Polaroid or something. I feel like I want to do more tutorials, because I like you guys kind of going through my process with me, and some people find it satisfying. But that's pretty much it for this video. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.